Luke, congratulations, a real
Cheers.
dominant performance there. That must feel good to kickstart the season in that manner.
Oh, brilliant. I think, you probably ask any player, you want to start the season off well. I think it's a strange one. Like, it's obviously my first time playing on the main sort of thing with the Masters, and you don't really know where your game's at. We've had like sort of a month off. I've done an exhibition and like put in a bit of practice, but the match practice isn't there yet. But yeah, I think I played quite well, so yeah, I'm happy with that.
Was that a concern, having a brilliant World Championship and then nothing coming here? Would you like a pro tour in between or something like that?
Yeah, I think Gary mentioned you need a few pro tours would be nice to find your bearings and see what's going on. But yeah, you just don't know where your game's at. Practicing at home and with people is completely different to match practice. So to come out and play fairly decent, yeah, I'm happy.
You had a great year last year, brilliant World Championship.
Yeah.
You had time to reflect on how good that was?
Not really, no. I'm not really somebody that sort of overlooks and dives too deep into stuff anyway. I sort of just always look ahead. I want to always do the best I can. I don't feel like I have really shown my sort of true game over a really consistent period. I have sort of like fits and spurts, if that makes sense. So yeah, I mean this year I really want to push on. I want to get that sort of tag of not winning a tournament off my back and all those little things. But I was fairly happy with the Worlds and stuff. So yeah, 2026 I'm hoping it's going to be a big year.
Congratulations, buddy.
Cheers, thank you.
Luke, well done. It's obviously very much an upward curve the past couple of years. What do you have to do to make sure that continues and you keep sort of making that progression month on month, year on year?
Just the same thing, really. I mean, I don't look into the outlines, I don't analyse my game too much. So I just try and just play on feel, and if it feels good, I'll just keep doing it. And last year it felt really good, and I'll continue to do the same thing. I'm not far away from really breaking through. I think I said last year after the Worlds, my aim is to be top 16. After that, the class of player once you get into the top 16 is on a different level. So that's my aim, and that's what I'm going to try hopefully achieve this year.
Do you believe you are on that level, that top 16 level?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think I've shown in my game there and what I'm capable of. And my thing is just doing it over a long period of time, and in the sort of TV majors, the big ones really. So I've done well at the Worlds, but like the 2 times in the match play, I've not done particularly well. Lost first round both times. So there's always room for improvement, and that's what I'm going to be looking at.
Are they a big sort of goal for yourself, those match plays, those World Grand Prix, to start getting more winnings in them events, push up the rankings, and obviously get your name out there?
Of course, yeah. I mean, look, the match play, Grand Prix, World Championships, European Championships, you do well in them. They set you up for maybe a couple of years, so you can really sort of not so much pick and choose your events, but if you're like, right, I need to miss this event, it's not the end of the world. But if you're losing first round early in match play, Grand Prix, you then feel like you have to go to everything to keep your rankings in the right direction. So yeah, look, everyone wants to do well at the majors and the TV events, so yeah, hopefully I can do that. Cheers, thank you.
Congratulations on that performance. You almost touched on it then, but how fresh did you feel after the World Championship? Because you did play everything. You played everything on TV, apart from here where you played prelims, all Euro tours and all the Pro Tours as well. Yeah,
I felt alright after the Worlds, you know. I've gone away, I've lost a little bit of weight, I've tried to look after myself a little bit better. I think there's a few players doing it, I'm not the only one. Because the schedule is so intense and there's so many events, everyone's trying to do finding that extra 5% or whatever. But yeah, I felt good. I wasn't, like I said before, I wasn't sure how my game was going to be today. We've had no match practice really, so like I say, I'm really chuffed to perform like that and get through.
You said that you lost a little bit of weight, other players have done the same thing as well. Do you feel like that's a reflection of how the sport is growing, the status of the sport, but especially when you look at other sports where very much your sport is your lifestyle?
Yeah.
If you don't catch up, you fall behind.
Yeah, I mean, look, I played, like I said before, I played in absolutely everything last year, and I'm not classed as one of the sort of elite players. They're playing Premier League and all the other World Series and stuff like that. They're travelling, and it takes its toll on you. And if you don't feel 100%, eventually it will catch up with you. And I felt at times last year, I was going to events. I think I made the final of the Swiss Euro Tour, and I went straight from there to Leicester. The first Pro Tour at Leicester, I can remember standing there going, I don't even want it. I'm so tired and so run down. So I just thought, look, try and change a few bits, but lifestyle changes, eating, bit of exercise, and then it's only gonna benefit. Like I think Gez has mentioned it, and a few other players mentioned it. So that's the way I look at it, and hopefully it carries on where my performances are on an upward trajectory.
When you are doing all of this travelling, especially across Europe, how difficult is it to stay in shape and to eat well when you're playing? You might not get off stage at 11:30 at night when only takeaways are open. It's no secret that, like you say, it's hard work sometimes. But for me, it's just about making better choices. When, like, if we go down for breakfast and stuff like that, don't have your full fry up and stuff like that. It's just better choices, and I'll just try and do as much walking and stuff as I can. And mentally, for me, that's good. I play a lot of golf as well, which mentally is really good for me. But yeah, there's more to the game than just throwing the darts. I think if you can get yourself in a good sort of body, and especially mentally, it is huge for that. Our calendar's so busy now. That's as important as actually throwing the darts itself. Cheers, thank you.
Congratulations, Luke. Did you expect sort of a bit more from Martin in that game? And with it being your debut at the Masters, did it go by in a blur because it seemed to end within sort of a short amount of time?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really pay attention to anything Martin was doing. I've sort of went up there, was so focused trying to just make sure what I was doing was right. I didn't really pay any attention to what he was doing. Martin's a great player, but I think it's a well-known thing that for some reason he doesn't always bring it out on the TV stage. So I thought if I can get at him early doors, so I think the 1-3-6 to win the first set as well was a big thing for me. So yeah, I didn't, like I said, didn't really pay too much attention to what he was doing.
And these TV tournaments, are you now becoming a name to avoid in the draw in the first round?
I don't know about avoiding, but I've done a bit of an interview at the Worlds, and I just think my sort of MO, if you like, is I'm quite hard to beat. I'm not going to be somebody that's this sort of 100 plus averages all the time, but I will always stick in there, and I am quite hard to beat. So yeah, look, I'm hoping I can keep qualifying for the majors every single year, and I'll make my name sort of like, do you know what I mean? Just some of it's really difficult to beat and is always going to play well, but yeah, I'm not sure people worry too much that they want to sort of avoid me as a draw.
And you mentioned in a recent podcast about less head shaking and a better mindset. Yeah. Are you finding that you're putting that into practice a lot more now?
I hope so. I mean, I've been trying to do it for the last sort of 12, 18 months. But I think when I have been working on things, I don't think it's any coincidence that my results have been on the upward curve. I think you've only got to listen to commentary and people close to me that early days, I think it really affected me, sort of not giving up, but like beating myself up on stage and stuff. It's not going to help. So I think I've sort of hopefully curbed that now, and I can push forward. Cheers, thank you very much.
107 average it was.
Yeah.
You sort of person who looks at the numbers after the game and stuff?
Not.
66%?
Yeah, not really. I mean, look, it's lovely to play well, but I think in these short format games, big averages can happen. So look, I'd rather average 107 than like 87, but I don't really look at, in the short format, I don't really look at it too much.
So you're going to watch the next game, the next few games, Humphries or Chisnell next?
Not really. Look, they're both fantastic players. Chisnell's been an unbelievable player for how many years, and Luke Humphries is Luke Humphries, any. So whoever comes out of that game, I know I'm going to have a tough game. I'm just so happy after, like I said, not playing since the Worlds to come through that first round.
You finish tonight then, and rest up for tomorrow night.
Rest up, go back, and then good night's sleep, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Right, thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Let's do a second.
Yeah.